Hello, everyone. This holiday season, clear the clutter and arrive at clarity. So, whenever holiday season comes, I see that there are a lot of sales, there's a lot of frenzy of buying things that sometimes and most times we don't need, and it always terrifies me. So, this post is a reminder to think for ourselves clearly through clarity of purpose and prioritization what we really need in our lives. Okay, so let's dive right into it because talk about clarity cannot be superfluous. Okay, so let's go here. If you say meditate one more time, okay, so I'm not going to use the word meditate. Let's just say, let's just be, not do a whole lot for a few minutes in a day. Okay, so the reason why I say this is being task free, not consuming anything actively, is so important for our mental health. We need to have avenues and time zones in our day where we are shutting off external stimuli and just being by ourselves. Okay, what better way to de stress and prune our brain of negative emotions? That can be our time for self reflection and truly understand what we want, even with this day or long term with this life. Only when you shut down external stimuli, you can listen to your inner wisdom. Please ponder on this thought. There is a way we can hold on to the feeling of bliss that lies within us. Often, what happens is when we start getting into the comparison trap. Oh, they bought something, they got a very good deal on a beautiful dress during Black Friday sales. Or somebody got something for their house that they have been waiting for a great sale. Maybe if I was looking hard enough, I will find something that I want. That is the kind of comparison trap we get into. And what we do in that process is we miss out on the present moment that is offering bliss in its entirety. Okay, to understand the long lasting happiness that can only be experienced from inside out. This moment, right now, right here, you're alive, you're thriving, you're doing your best to live a great life, right? Only when we get into comparison traps, that is when we start indulging in sadness, because your life compared to their highlight reel or what they are showcasing on social media is not living up to those standards. So you're like, I don't know, maybe my life is not that great after all. Yeah. So we crave a sense of order, balance, and calm in a world of information overload. Again, most of the information overload is self inflicted. We grab onto these news headlines, we grab onto these notifications, we are just, things are piling onto us because we chose to let them pile on us, right? So just shut off news for a week and see if anything has changed in your life. I mean, if it is really that important a deal, you will find out through your loved ones so that you can protect yourself in case there is a big risk or threat to your life. And in this daily pursuit, we find ourselves even more lost because just too much of information overwhelm is circulating in our head. And imagine the working memory only can retain up to 3 points. But what do we have? We have our checklist, we have our task list, we have our grocery list, we have tons and tons of lists sitting, and all these ideas also, right? So there is this great quote: brain is not for holding thoughts, it is for generating it. So we have talked about having a second brain, having a notepad ready always to note down all the immediate ideas and tasks so that you can keep your working brain ready and prime for generating new awesome ideas. When we slow down, we have a chance to grab onto small pockets of joy as life passes by. Only in the stillness we can understand our intrinsic motivation to do things that we love. Okay, and even for children, we can teach them with role clarity, and with finding their own strengths, they can also decide for themselves what gives them true joy, right? Does external things, buying and acquiring more and more new things, new shoes, new shirts, matters, or showcasing their strengths, showcasing what they have, their raw inner creativity for the world, is that what brings more joy? Okay, so clarity is the side effect. clarity of thought, clarity of prioritization that comes out of it, and eventually clarity of purpose. Okay, inhale the present. Because see, the mainstream narrative is somehow, if you are unbusying yourself, it means it means that you're just lazy. No, but it is a choice that you are making to intentionally slow down a few pockets a day to get some clarity about what you're doing. Next is, as you are one with nature, go take a walk. When you are with nature, that you cannot speed up, because that is the nature of nature. It is just slow, it is long lasting, it is providing inputs for us to create our own legacy, just like how it is a 300-year-old tree is creating its own legacy. It helps us think in that fashion, like slow and long term and persistent. And lastly, this holiday, have some candid fun, that kind of fun that you don't have to line up for pictures. Okay, something that you will deeply, deeply treasure and nourish. What do you want? Do you want material things, or do you want these experiences that you can keep reliving over and over again? I spent this quality time with my friends or family. Isn't that more meaningful than acquiring something that you will lose taste for, like in a few minutes or hours or days? Thank you so much.